During the Second World War, food shortages were not theoretical. They were daily grinding realities. Imports collapsed, ration books shrank, and families were ordered to produce food at home or go hungry. What emerged from this pressure was not a gadget or a miracle chemical, but a method so effective it turned small plots into self-renewing food systems. It produced seed, soil fertility, and calories year after year without outside inputs. Neighbours shared it openly. Governments promoted it during the war. Then, once the war ended, the same method was slowly pushed aside, regulated, and in some countries effectively banned from mainstream agriculture. This wasn't an accident. It challenged centralized control of food. The method was open-pollinated seed saving, combined with intensive garden cycling. WWII victory gardens relied heavily on open-pollinated crops. These plants bred true, meaning seeds collected from this year's harvest produced the same food next season. Families didn't just grow vegetables, they grew the future of their gardens. Beans, peas, tomatoes, brassicas, root crops and leafy greens were allowed to mature fully so seed could be saved, dried, labelled and replanted. At the same time, gardeners practiced tight crop rotation, compost recycling and succession planting, keeping beds productive from early spring through late autumn. The result was functionally infinite food. This closed-loop system meant that food production could not be interrupted by blockades, inflation or confiscation. During occupation, this independence was quietly powerful. It also revealed something uncomfortable. Centralized food systems were not strictly necessary for survival. After the war, the same governments shifted priorities dramatically. Over time, seed laws, certification requirements and commercial standards made it harder for small growers to legally sell or distribute saved seed. In many countries, only registered varieties could be traded. Informal seed sharing, once encouraged, became legally grey or outright restricted. The method itself was never outlawed in a single sweeping decree, but it was systematically sidelined. Seed control became food control, and, well, infinite food became a problem. By the 1950s and 60s, agricultural policy favoured uniformity over resilience. Victory garden knowledge faded away. Seed catalogues replaced seed envelopes passed between neighbours. What once fed cities during wartime was, reframed as old-fashioned or inefficient. The practical mechanics of the method are still honestly simple and effective today. Pair seed saving with soil cycling by composting plant waste and rotating crops to avoid nutrient depletion. This isn't theoretical. Gardeners using this approach regularly reduce seed costs to zero within 2 seasons and maintain consistent yields even during supply disruptions. The soil component is what made the system sustainable, not just productive. Why this matters now is the same reason it mattered then. Supply chains remain fragile, and seed consolidation is, more extreme than ever. Fewer companies control most commercial varieties. The wartime method didn't rely on scale or technology. It relied on knowledge, patience, and stewardship. That combination is still disruptive today. which is, honestly, why it rarely appears in official agricultural messaging, despite its proven track record. The lesson WWII Charkasakan Sabersases and hers. Darden's left behind is one of quiet independence. If this deep dive into forgotten wartime food systems gave you something practical and thought-provoking, go ahead and subscribe to the channel for more historically grounded survival knowledge, and share this video with others who value independence, resilience, and lessons that history quietly tried to bury.